Well, Philip, thank you for coming on the Red Carpet Roundtable.
Hey, thank you so much for having me, brother.
You're very welcome. Can you let the audience a little bit more about yourself and what got you into the entertainment industry?
Oh my God, that's a loaded question. Just been doing it my entire life, man. I think when I was young, my parents thought that my I was just very outgoing as a child, and I was odd. I was an odd bird as a kid, and so I think my parents were like, "Damn, what do we do with this? What do we do with this kid who's got all this energy, who's unafraid to, walk up to strangers and is unafraid to be goofy and make a fool of himself. He's unafraid to fall down and make a joke,
Mm-hmm.
And so thankfully, my parents, um, I think they saw something that was different in me. And so then I think just out of pure survival, they needed to get me
Right.
involved in other activities, I guess, and I think I realized that I had a knack for just being silly. I think that's where it started, and um, got into theater, started doing musical theater when I was very young, and did the talent shows and things like that. I think my parents realized, oh, I could carry a tune. You know, I think I owe a lot to my parents. Kind of um, believing in me. I was even telling my wife the other day, like, it's so crazy. Like um, I watch back like my plays, on a VHS camera. I watch those back and I think, oh my God, it's kind of cringy to watch some of the early stuff that I did. But I hate it's crazy because I think now that I have kids, your perspective kind of changes. We have two. I have a baby girl and a baby boy, and your perception or your perspective kind of switches. You start to think, well, how can I influence them to think that they are kings and queens and believe in themselves and have the confidence to go out and get or do anything that they want to do. And I think that I had that. I was fortunate enough to have a parents that were like, like, oh shit, you're interested in singing? Like, okay, let's do a talent show. Or like, you're interested in theater? Oh, okay, let's get you in the community theater or whatever. Anyway, I was watching a video of me, and really not the best,
Wow.
as a young teen, but
Mm-hmm.
my dad and my mom, they told me I was the best, man. They were like, oh my God, you're the best, and so you start to you start to believe that, so it's like maybe that's a it's just a parenting technique. You tell your maybe they did believe I was great, but you know whether or not they believed it or not, they made me believe it, and I think that instilled a level of supreme confidence within myself, and I was just unafraid. I think that's the short end of it, but yeah, man, yeah.
That's an amazing story. The stories of you getting into the entertainment industry because being in the entertainment industry, it's a thick skin, it's tough, auditions, and being prepared for all the roles that you have to do because as yourself an actor, a lot of people, a lot of kids, a lot of teenagers and the kids, they think when you get into the entertainment industry you're going to win the Oscar right away, right, or you're going to win a big role right away, but they don't realize the sacrifice, the auditions, the effort and being on set, and and that's, I love hearing stories, especially yours and everybody's stories that how they get inspired being in the entertainment industry, because it's what do you call it? You have to have a thick skin, going through all the I say adoption. Sorry, I mean
Sure.
auditions, and I've saw your work. Your work is amazing, phenomenal, and
Thank you,
um,
brother. Appreciate
I,
that.
so as yourself as an actor, um, what's the most tough role you ever done?
It's funny. You know, I think that's a people ask that. They say, "What's your favorite role you've ever done?" And or "What's the toughest role you've ever done?" They ask questions like that, and you think like, "Damn, I don't think I've done it yet." You know what I mean? Like, I like to, um, I get to anytime I talk to young actors who are trying to get into the industry and trying to do this as a career, or just trying to work and be on set or be in plays or get involved in any way. The first thing that I tend to say is that it's not like an overnight uh thing. It's you have to be kind of, I think I'm a little psychotic, and I think any artist kind of has to be a little cuckoo, a little, he's got to have some screws loose, because to be told, I mean, you go on 100 auditions in a year. Now it's you send in self tapes. We used to go in person back in the day, but not that much anymore. um you go on 100 auditions and maybe you'll book two of them. If you're
Hmm.
lucky, you book four. So what is that? It's a 4% chance. 4 out of 100 jobs you're going to work in a year. So you have to, now it's even a crazy time to be an actor now, because of all of the climate has completely changed. And now it's changed for me as well, because I'm not just thinking about myself. I'm trying to support a family. I have two children and my wife that I'm trying to support as well. How do we keep the joy in what we're doing alive when we live in a capitalist society? We have to make money, but this is art, so why is money important? It's a
Hmm.
weird balance to have as an artist. You want to create art, and you want to affect change in someone else. You want to leave someone leaving the theater, or leaving the movie theater, or sitting at home on their couch watching TV. You want them to feel um, moved. You want to create movement and change in some way, and I think that's why I do it. I say it all the time. I say, money will never equate to my happiness. Money will never equate to my happiness, but it keeps the ship afloat. That's what we're doing, man. We're sailors at the seven seas, man. Us actors and filmmakers, cinematographers, directors, everyone that's above and below the line, we're all just pirates. You know what I mean? We're
Hmm.
out on the you know it's peaks and valleys, man. Heavy storms happening, and the waves are crashing at times, and then it's super placid and peaceful in other moments. And so it's like, how do you wade those kind of
Right.
waters? And I think ultimately the key is to understand that what we're doing is for a greater good. It's for the bigger purpose. It's not about making money. However, do we need to get paid? Yes. Do we need to be paid fairly and treated fairly? Yes. But for me, at least, that's not why I do it, man. It started
Storytelling.
with me in the theater, So I think it's about telling a story, ultimately. So if you want to be an actor and if you want to be in this industry, I think I would just um, probably try and deter you to something else, less of um, a challenge. You know what I mean? Get like a business degree, or go into finance, or something that's gonna help you, live a more stable life. It's tough mentally and physically. But I wouldn't trade it. And luckily, I have a family who believes in me enough to where they say, "Hey, we're in it with you, dude. Like, let's do this together, and we're gonna figure this out." So
Amen. Amen.
it's a beautiful time.
I hear you. I love the passion and energy from you. I really do. And you're
Thank you, brother.
absolutely right. And I always want to say it's storytelling. We're storytelling. And I hear you. We're in for the money, but we're also want to change. You hope to change the community or change somebody in that movie theater, one person or two in that movie theater or in the home. But everything you just said
All it
there,
takes is one, man. One. It takes one person. Takes one person to change
yeah, and everything you said
something
earlier is
around.
100%, 100%.
Thank,
You're
thank you.
you're in San Francisco, and is that correct? And if
No,
so,
I'm actually I live in LA. I actually grew up in San Jose, which
okay,
is
I'm sorry, I was
no,
wrong.
no, you're good. No, you're good.
Um,
I wish San Francisco. So I
and
miss.
I want to
Um,
ask this question, and I've have asked a couple actors as well who's from California. Do you feel like, and I could be wrong, and you could correct me, do you feel like the film industry is slowly dying in California? Is that true? And if it's true, why? And if it's not, that's great. What is your perspective? What have you noticed?
yeah, man. I think ever since COVID happened, and then our all the picketing, all the fighting for fair pay for the actor. Ever since all the strikes happened and everything, I think, yeah, sure, we've definitely seen a bit of a shift, but it's hard because I don't really want to subscribe to that, in some way. There is a school of thought in which, if you go along with whatever is being said on the news, and you go along with whatever, basically, like, your life is what you say it is. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard for me. I don't want to subscribe to the idea that art is dying, the television and film industry is dying in California. No, I don't think so. This is where I want to be. This is where my family is. This is where I see my future. I don't see it's dying. I see it as we've taken a pause, and it's been a it's been a challenge, I think, these past couple years. And do I think we need more resources here?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I think we need to put more resources into our film industry and get it back to what it used
Amen.
to be. I mean, the golden age, man. I mean, come on. I mean, there's so much fruit
Potential
here.
and growth. We need to bring the
Yeah,
film
man. I
industry
mean,
back.
what are we doing? In some way, but
Yeah.
in another
I
way,
feel
it's like,
like that, pardon me, I feel like we need to work together as a team and grow, and um the film industry is expanding to other states. That's great. But also, I feel like, in my opinion, we can do better to fight against the AIs, and that's my concern for I that's what I believe. And the film industry is going to still be around. I just feel like that we as a human being can prevent it, keep fighting against it and keep preventing and keep preventing because, we don't want another Phillip. You may be sitting at home and you're not even there, and they'll be like, I'm just saying, it's just something like we AI cannot give a person crying. It cannot give the real raw emotions and slamming your hand on the table or getting mad or punching the wall. You cannot feel that and you can't see the real tears compared to a real person. When you see a real person giving tears and crying and breaking down on set, that gets you. And it's just like we need to fight and we need to fight and stay strong and keep fighting against the AIs. And that is just me. We got to, and it's not only film industry. We as a human society need to prevent AIs to take over, to other companies, right? It's not like we are human beings. We can give emotions, and it's like you don't want another AI in a movie and just give emotions, and it's like, no, you don't feel it. I've seen movies, for example, like Top Gun and Mission Impossible, but some emotional movies and you're crying in theater because then you see an actor crying and you feel their emotions through the screen. Your hair is sticking up and you're like, wow. Or when you're done watching it on your TV at home or on in a movie theater and you're sitting there and you're like, wow, I
Yeah.
just felt that emotion coming from the actor or an actress. That is what I'm talking about. That's why I tell my friends and my family members, say, you know what? This is what actors do. This what is human actors do because they are giving their emotions. They're getting into that character to give that emotion so we can feel it. That is to me is powerful.
Yeah, I can't agree with you more. I think there are
I get deep into that. I apologize, but
no, no, dude, that's okay. I think I can't agree with you more. I think uh look, I don't think there's any real stopping artificial intelligence. It's a part of our lives. It's going to be even more a part of our lives in the future. I'm not of the I'm not, of the school of thought that we need to get rid of it completely. I think there are some really positive things that come along with installing artificial intelligence in some facets in the television industry, like for instance, like aging actors and being able to jump back in time in order to tell the story a little bit more, stuff like that. I love, but using the likeness of an actor and putting it onto an AI, and not paying that actor and or giving that actor credit for their likeness, that I don't agree with. I think the SAG-AFTRA union is doing a hell of a job fighting for the actor. I just hope that moving forward, we give actors what's fair. You know what I mean? Yeah, but I think artificial intelligence is going to be a part of our industry,
yes, and you're
but it is an art. Our AI is not art.
yeah.
Art is based from the human experience. So
Amen.
if we're using our artificial
Mm-hmm.
intelligence to make art, then we call it something else because
Yes, and
it's
you
not
said it right
exactly,
there.
you know what I mean? Like, those aren't real emotions that are being used.
Mm-hmm.
Those are artificial, and I'm sure they can get it pretty damn close. And that's that, all the power to them, and that's
Right,
a
right.
beautiful thing. It's pretty cool. Like, hey,
Yeah,
I've used Chat
100%.
GPT before to ask certain questions. Like, hey, like Chat GPT, what kind of kitty litter is the best kitty litter?
Mm-hmm.
Or like, simple household questions. We just had babies. We're like, hey, so what should be the wake hours of our 3-month-old? Things like that. I think it's super helpful. Alexa, can you answer this question? Can you play this song for me? Look, I get that AI will be a part of it. I just don't. I'm not. I'm not one to call it art, and we need to pay our
No,
actors
I totally agree with you.
what we deserve. So
100%.
yeah.
Um, I gotta ask, any upcoming project that you're allowed to talk about?
Yeah. I knew you were gonna ask me this, and I was thinking about it. Like, I'm not sure I'm supposed to. I'm not sure I'm supposed to say anything
Okay,
about this
it's okay.
character
I just
arc.
thought I'd ask, but it's okay. I know if you're not
Yeah,
supposed to, I don't want to get you in trouble and don't want to put you on the spot. So
yeah. There are a
you're
couple projects. We definitely have some things in the pipeline. A couple commercials that are coming out, which are I
okay.
like those commercials.
I definitely gotta have you back then when it's come out,
Yeah.
when it's when you're allowed to
Couple
talk about
commercials are
it.
coming out, and I have a horror film that's coming out. It's called Swipe. We shot it in New Jersey. It was freezing cold, but it was just truly a passion project. The people that I got to do it with, just the best. Truly, just good people that were involved in making this, and it was a blast to do. I was like, it's going to be absolutely terrifying. A lot of blood, a lot of killing, and it's definitely a horror slasher film. Super fun to go see in the movie theater. So I've never technically done a horror film before, so I'm stoked and
Amazing. I
yeah,
can't wait for it to come out.
it should be fun, dude. There's that one, and then I have a show that's coming out on Netflix. It's a western. It's called The Abandons. I can't really talk about storylines or anything like that, but first time I got to ride horses and shoot guns, and you know,
Wow, that must be fun.
dude, the first time I had to actually get training for a film, or for this is TV, but it felt like a film the way we were shooting it. We shot it in Calgary, up in Canada, and it's just a truly an experience of a lifetime, man. To ride
Wow,
horses and
amazing.
have stunt doubles and things, and there's explosions and shooting guns, and all just a truly a blessing, and to
Wow,
do
I'm
it
so
with.
excited for you. I'm so
Yeah,
happy
man,
for
it's
you.
gonna be sick. It's gonna be. I'm super stoked about it.
When is that coming out?
Who knows? I have no clue. It's so funny because I think actors, you'll know when I know. I guess is what I mean. Like we're actors are the
Hmm.
lowest on the totem pole. We're
Yeah,
the last to
we
find
will
out,
know
dude.
when it's released and we will know when it's out.
Oh yeah, dude. It should be. I think the last time I did some ADR, they were like, we're trying to get it out this year. So maybe the end of this year, Christmas time.
Okay.
So I don't know, dude. Soon,
Right, right.
Netflix. Netflix. They put everything all out at once. So maybe that's why it's taking a little bit longer. But in the
That's
grand
true
scheme of things,
because they do like new releases a certain time.
and
That's
all at
true.
once, they put out all the
Yeah,
episodes
they
at
do
once.
it all at once, by the way. You're right.
So that's pretty cool.
Where can people find you? What's your social medias?
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm on Instagram. Uh, Not really a big X or what is it, Twitter guy,
Me
but
either.
not even on TikTok. But my wife is. Yeah, I'm on Instagram. Philip Garcia.
And I'm gonna
typical
ask, what's the most pivoted moment in your career?
little moment in my career. Hmm, yeah, I got to work on a show called Sprung. It was my first series regular role that I had. So for people that don't know what series regular is, it's basically you're an actor and you're in every episode. I I basically felt good calling my grandmother because my grandma she would always call me and be like, Mijo, like, why do you have to die in all these shows? Like you're on TV, but why do you die every time? I'm so sorry, grandma. I'm just a day player. I'm a guest star or whatever. I was like, somebody's got to do it. But so it's kind of, you know, good to be able to finally be on a show and to stay on the show and to not have to die, in a way.
That's
I
amazing.
always, I always tell people I'm gonna make a death reel at some point. But if you guys want to check it out, it's on Amazon Prime. I'm in every episode. I don't die. I play a character called Rooster, and it was a it's basically a limited series now. Is the one season, and truly such a blessing to work with Garrett Dillahunt and actually Garrett on set, he was the number one on the show, and actually he was a producer as well. Garrett was so inspiring to all of us. He's a quiet, really quiet guy. He's been obviously he's look him up. I mean, he's done everything from here to the moon. But I just admire him as an actor, as a journeyman. Really, he's been doing this a long time. He started in theater, and he's still doing it. He's one of the most talented actors I think I've
Hmm.
ever worked with. He's so calm on set, and got to work with him. Got to work with Shakira Barrera, who's killing it right now too. She's on a Marvel show on Disney Plus. Claire Gillies, who plays my love interest, it was so funny in the show Wiggles, and Captain Garcia himself. Man, a lot of people thought that we
Amazing.
were the
Everyone
director
needs
and the
to.
creator of the show. He people thought we were related, but we weren't. But but yeah, it's been a huge blessing. You guys should check that show out, man.
Everyone needs to
Um,
check the show out. Everyone
yeah,
check it out.
it's
Support
called it's
Phillip.
called Sprung. It's on Amazon Prime.
And
But
everyone needs to follow Phillip on Instagram.
I appreciate it, dude. Yeah. This has been a blast, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Well, Philip, I really enjoyed speaking with you, and I always look forward to having you back on my show. I want to learn more about your upcoming projects and have you talk more about your projects. And that's what I love about us being in the entertainment industry. We support each other. We're a family, and a lot of people don't believe it until they get into the entertainment industry and they find out, oh wow, there's actors in the community, there's actors in my town.
Sure, man. Thank you. I
And
appreciate that, man. Look, I think ultimately the point is to, you know, spread awareness on we're real people.
amen.
A lot of time, um, where I think we're like really um, we're down to earth, like even though we've other actors too, a lot of actors who have been on major shows, they're like these are really kind people, so I think people kind of take advantage of that at times. It's kind of hard because you don't know if they're unapproachable at all, but yeah, man, I thank you for having me. I think this is a good opportunity to
Well, you're
you know
welcome, and
spread spread
and
spread joy, man.
I really appreciate it, and you're always welcome to
Yeah,
come
dude.
back on my show.
Appreciate you. Thank you for having me,
Yeah,
man.
I really do look forward to having you back on my show soon.
Thank you, dog. I'll yeah, for sure, hit me up.
Well, thank you again, and I look forward to talking to you then.
All right, G.
Have a good one.
Later, man.